Perfect. Here we go. Thank you so much. Hello,
Thank
everyone. Welcome to another session of the season of AI. We are being joined by Parashar. Hers is a young AI specialist especially of our generation and from our country. Hers today we be talking about introduction to AI Studio. Uh, I will add his presentation onto the screen and move out. Thank you so much, Hers. The stage is yours.
thank you, sir, for providing this me opportunity. I am grateful to Reskill, to Microsoft, and everyone for having me here. And for my audience, I am very grateful to everyone. And I expect I will not waste even a single second, and everyone will get to learn very much new in this session, and we'll getting hold into AI, and we will see how we can implement AI and grow our country economy, especially in India, and create young spark in ignited minds. So here we go. Firstly, we have our introduction to Azure AI Studio. Azure AI Studio is developed by Microsoft, and it is a very phenomenal platform. This platform, we can say, is the backbone behind OpenAI because it has basically established on cloud. So lots of big data as we heard of, and the amount of content we generated is unstructured data. So say suppose we have 70 to 80% of data we generate today on our day-to-day daily lives is unstructured. So for structuring the data, we need some platform. So Azure AI Studio is one of the platform which we use to structure our unstructured data into a platform so that we can generate AI models to develop useful and specific information for us. Because nowadays we have bunch of information, we have tons of data available, but we don't know what is used for us and what is needed for AI. AI can get hold of any data, but to make use of any type of data, and we need to get a hold of it. So getting an extract out of the content is very very important and crucial for us. So we need to categorize what data is useful for us, what data we need to ignore, and what type of data we need to inculcate in our system. And Azure AI Studio is the perfect platform for making our AI model, especially the generative AI models. And later on, we'll discussing how we can make our own generative model with the help of Azure AI Studio. Moving on to our next slide. Here we can see overview of our session. Firstly, we will see what Azure AI Studio is. Secondly, we'll see how we can create our own generative model, in which we will be also showing you the brief content about generative model, and we'll explaining a little bit of concept too about generative model, like variational autoencoders, artificial neural network, what is the difference between artificial neural network and convolutional neural network, and there are some type of other network too. So we'll seeing in our second part, and third part is of our case studies. So we'll seeing some case studies of companies using Azure AI Studio. So let's begin with our first Azure AI Studio. So firstly, we'll getting ahead with the Azure AI Studio. You can go to Azure AI Studio site where you can see multiple options. Like first step is to begin by creating your account, like create your login. And most of you, I hope, have already Microsoft account as it is our day-to-day life tool. So that will be applicable here, and you can make your own like Azure AI Studio account, which will be like activated with your Microsoft account only. Then here you can see multiple options, like you can explore into different things. You can see products, you can see solutions, you can see partners, you can see resources, you can see vector search, and on the main screen you can see two options: build with Azure AI Studio, and other is try Azure for free. So you can go to build with Azure AI Studio, where you can see different type of options, like how you can implement your data and what is your primary requirement. So this is basically based on agile system software, which comes in the part of software engineering. So you can use agile software because it is necessary for day to day life, and its implementation is very fast. And we also require our feedback system, so it can be generated easily. So getting hold of it is very very important. Firstly, have a clear picture in your mind, like what type of model you want to create. Like you want to create, like we can say example of AI image generator. So for that you require a different simulation. If you want to create a LLM, like large language model, on which our entire chat GPT is based, so you can use large language model for that. And apart from it, if you want to say deep tech, like a startup or something AI related stuff, so that you can get extract of the information, or you want to inculcate some research and resources, so you can use different type of models with that. And most importantly, Azure AI Studio gives you the feature of vector search. In machine learning, requires vector. So vectors are basically numbers in which we can denote our data so that it can generate. And if we talk about like our neural network, so neural network are basically imparted in the form of numbers in a system. So whenever you search for something, so in our own mind, there are lots and billions of neurons. So similarly, they are connected with each other. Like if we see some new person, so when we see their face, we automatically get to know their name. Like says their name is X. So what is going on in our mind, that there is something new neuron pattern comes automatically. And even after a 1 year 2 year, if we remember the face clearly of that person, so automatically we get hold that this person name is X. And similar goes into our computer system. So here, but the numbers form are very very important because it is stored in the form of vector. Like we give a resolution in form of vectors. So with the help of that, thus our machine learning model, we get the hold of it with the help of this Azure AI Studios. Firstly, you have to make your own brief agile model so that you can get a hold of it. Then you can implement with the help of Azure AI Studio. Moving on to next. Now it is a basic important feature, like what GPT you want to use. GPT is generative pre-trained transformer. So there are different type of models available. Like if we say like GPT-1 came around in 2017-18, and after that GPT-2 came, GPT-3 came, GPT-4 came. Now we are heading towards GPT-5, which can also be solving our problems and can be implemented in Turing machine. Hope everyone knows about Turing machine. It is like a beginning of AI by Alan Turing, and any machine can be converted and implemented into Turing machine. So we need to select which GPT model we need to use in our Azure OpenAI service. Like there are different type of vision. So GPT-4 Turbo with Vision is one of the main and fastest model currently available on Azure AI Studio, which you can use. And you can use different models also, like OpenAI models, Copilot models, and different models available, which you can see on their site, and they are available as per your use. And how to decide like which GPT model is perfect for you is depending upon your data type. Like what data type are you making, and what is your implementation. Like if you are making for like general audience, or if you are making specifically for school students, or maybe for college students, or for research work. So if we take example of specific case like research work, so you need very fast computation. Whereas if we take example of school students, so their data is limited, so we don't need to require very fast simulation compared to research. And because we need to require immersive and exhaustive resource for that. So we need to get a whole for GPT-4 Turbo for that use. And you can use also GPT-3, GPT 3.5, and GPT 3.5 Turbo version, and different version available on Azure OpenAI service. So you can get a hold of it. And now this can have enabling multimodal generative AI with image, video, and text. So there can be different type of multimodeling can be used for GNA. GNA is like extracting information so that it can be used for more specifically used, and it is an advanced part of AI, and it basically works with every sort of machine, and it is particularly focused on LLM, that is large language models. So for if we take about video, so now there are some GPTs and generative models which can extract information out of your YouTube video. So you don't need to crack on any YouTube videos. Like if you are studying on, say suppose we are studying this generative model topic only from YouTube. So the AI models are this much fast on Azure AI Studio that you just need to copy paste your link on that model, and it will automatically extract the information out of that and in a bulleted form, so that you don't need to cram all the video, and if there is less time, so you can cram it in very short period of time, and it basically automatically makes your notes very easy, which you can use for further use and in bulleted form, so that it can be very helpful for you to remember, and unlocking new scenarios with integrated Azure AI vision support. So what is vision support? So it's basically an advanced technique for creating LLM models very easy. And like any other thing, there are three types of model: small scale models, medium scale models, and large scale models of LLM. So for if you talk about like small startups, so there can be small LLMs can be very useful because they are not diving into details, they are not diving into depths of any concepts. So for beginning of any startups, at the beginning, and if you are with a few team members, like there are many plans of Azure AI Studio. So you can work solo also, you can work with team, you can work with pair of 10 to 100. So if you are basically like 5 people or less people, so you can use Azure VI vision support as per your requirements, and it like AI supports your vision as per your team requirements, so that you can use it as per your use. So for minimum members, like small scale LLM will be useful because it will also be cheaper for you, and it will get a hold of you, like what can you get out of it. And if you have a like large scale company and you want to scale your startup, or you want to grow your business or grow your startup into multiple countries, multiple scenario, multiple use cases, so for that you can use large scale LLMs. So that will depend upon your use. So you need to firstly structureize your use, and apart from it, the in the beginning we talk about big data. So you have to structure your data, like what you is your use case, and you have to focus on your audience. Like you cannot create any model randomly, because then vision AI support will not help you. So for getting maximum benefit from the Azure AI vision support, so you can integrate with your structurized data, and you have to fix your audience for which you are using, and you have to do a exhaustive research for it. Like you can directly implement it with your any type of startup or project. If you want to make your own generative model, or you want to create something unique, and having it on a large scale, so you need to do exhaustive research. So Azure vision support can also help you doing in your exhaustive research. And now coming to augmented RAG pattern with images and Azure AI search. So a little brief ago, we have talked about Azure AI search, and we are discussing about vectors. So basically it stores information in form of vector, and we give our command in form of vectors. So basically what RAG is a type of models which you can use, and it creates a pattern. Like if we take example of like even an exam, so every exam is like some pattern. So different board exam is different pattern, competitive exams have different pattern. So you need to search like what is your pattern. If you are like uh, deep tech startup, so your requirements and augmented pattern will be different. If you are a startup related to agricultural support, so your augmented pattern will be different. If you are a AI startup, so your augmented pattern will be different. If you are a general day-to-day life or like B2B or e-commerce like startup, so your augmented RAG pattern will be different. So what this feature do is it has exhaustive AI research, which has tons and tons of data, which you can use to get extract the useful information. And again, every model and every use case has maximum benefit for one feature only, like getting structured data out of unstructured data, which is the maximum component available today. So like we can't do unstructured data to unstructured data on our own. So we need to get some quick help and quick patterns. So we need to depend on these features. So multimodal Gen AI, Azure AI vision support, and RAG pattern can get a hold of it, and it will be very beneficial and useful for you to get a hold of it. Moving on to next. Now we can have a unified AI development environment on Azure AI Studio. So Azure AI Studio provides a single platform where data scientists, developers, AI practitioners can work together seamlessly. So data scientist is a different field, developers is a different field, and AI practitioners is growing in fascinating numbers in India. If we compare about US startups and Indian startups, so basically they have more exhaustive research than our Indian startups. So how we can get a hold of it and how we can compete with any startups or any other countries by getting hold of Azure AI Studio and getting into exhaustive research and collecting in collaboration with multiple domain people. Like even if you are a college student, so you can work with Azure AI Studio to create your own generative AI model, and you can directly connect with data scientists, developers ranging from beginners level to moderate level and to even advanced level. And it is like a community platform where you can connect with some other fellow developers as well, so that you can get a model of about how you can use your data and make it more and more good. And with the help of AI practitioners are growing in numbers in India, and Azure AI Studio can help to mitigate the difference between the beginners and advanced level people. So if you are a beginner and wanting to seek career in AI, and if you are looking to make some projects or even starting and scaling your own startups with your like college classmates, or if you are in a company and if you want to start your own startups, so you can basically blindfoldedly go for Azure AI Studio. It can have you get a good developer community, and you can connect and collaborate with data scientists. And what AI practitioners can get to do with, they can live directly into the advanced concept. They need not hassle to work on basic stuff again and again and stacking on that for a long time. Some of the problem, especially if we talk about AI and machine learning, so we can get stuck on a specific problem or use case for a longer time. So if you want to get a hold of it, so a good developer community is required, especially of AI in machine learning. So in India, it is a growing market. So if you want to get a help from the practitioner who are doing it from 5 years, 10 years, or more than that, so you can use this environment to get a hold of it. And apart from it, it can also integrate various tools, services needed for AI development, including data preparation, model training, testing, and most importantly, deployment. Most of the platform available in the market cannot be used for deploying your project, because deploying projects is the final output part, and output project is very important. Like even if you make your college project and you have like work seamlessly hard, but when you present your project to a college professor or someone else, even your friend, so if it is not producing the output you desired for, or given wrong test cases, wrong results, so it will be of no use. No one will see like how you have trained your model, what is your data preparation, how have you done testing like alpha testing, beta testing, or user feedbacks, or going into the market, taking different idea, going with the people. So for that, you need to go for extensive deployment model. So most important feature of Azure AI Studio is you can easily deploy your AI model, and as just a bit ago we have discussed what AI practitioner developers, so they can get a hold of it so that you can get to test your own models very easily and seemingly. You can get a hold of it. You don't need to depend on asking for offline help, going to different people or connecting with someone on different platform. It is a unified platform, as the theme only suggesting. Unified means every type of thing you can get here. And for that we have data preparation again and again. Same big data is coming, so you have to prepare your data. Firstly, you have to select a theme and niche for your data, like why you want to do, what you want to discuss, what is the important thing that you want to train your model. If you want to create a model, firstly you can only focus on one thing, either a video, text, or a image. You cannot focus directly on multiple domains in the beginning, because it will hurt you in the first go. If you want to create, and if you are a new in AI, so this Azure AI is for everyone from beginners to intermediate to advanced level. But any of the stage doesn't matter. You have to go with a single unit focus so that you can structurize your data, because data preparation is important. Because later on we will discuss like what to teach to AI and what not to teach to AI, because it is also important. AI can learn everything, but we need to get a hold of it, that we need to stop AI from learning something negative. You it will must learn from emotions of human. It will stay away from negativity so that we can create this harnessing power to generate our like news features, new stuffs, and creating a good tech environment. If we don't get a hold of it, and if we is extracting the negative information, it will like even can destroy the entire ecosystem of whatever the model you are making, and it will land you even in bad situation. So you need to understand it very clearly, what data is to train, what not to train, how to train, and where to train. And it also includes time time boundation. You can't like prepare your data in a specific period of time only. You can't get let like we have 3 months, so we can let it in 3 months. You have to structurize and have a model so that in a specific period of time, because world is changing continuously. So whatever model you are making, maybe someone can make in 1 week and you are asking for 3 months. So you have to prepare the data accordingly. And the your AI search, what we have discussed previously just a slide ago, it will help you about giving a time foundation also, like how much time it will require you, so that you can have a streamline of your data preparation. Then its second part is model training. Model training is the part in which whatever data you have created, either of images, either of text, either of videos, or whatever like you want to create a model. So for that, you can train your data, and it provide an very large scale. It is very huge model training platform which Azure can provide you. It is very crucial and beneficial, because it is integrated with lots of different community people, and you can use it with testing of almost all type, alpha testing, beta testing, and different type of user feedbacks too. So it is very crucial and important for you. So model training is important so that you can get a hold of it, so that what type of data you want to train, you want to extract the information, so it is giving a brief model or not. So for that, Azure can give you a multiple environment to test your model and do the model training. Model training is of multiple situations. Like even if we talk about cakes, so there are a different type of cake of similar type. For example, if we talk about chocolate cake can come of like if 1,000 people can make, so it will become of 1,000 types. So for differentiating it with from vanilla cake or strawberry cake or pineapple cake, our model must not get hold of even 1,000 data. It will get hold of like 1 crore types of chocolate cake, 10 crores type of chocolate cake, and even more. So for that, We need to train our model on large platform. So AI of model of Azure AI Studio can get help you of their cloud platform as well, where you can almost train infinite GB and TB and petabytes of data, so that you cannot go of any one type of odd situation where your model can fail. When we train our AI model, 100% accuracy is not possible, because if 100% accuracy is not possible, because even we humans can dive into some mistakes, or we can give some like wrong decisions, wrong sayings, or wrong statements. So neither of the thing can be perfect, but we need to get a maximum hold of our data. So we need to train our model extensively and exhaustively. So for that, you need to train your model on extensive data set of data. So you need to get a hold of it and do your model training and testing very, very in depth to get a hold of it. And the last part is deployment. As stated earlier, deploying your model is very crucial, and Azure AI is giving you lots and lots of deploying methodology with the help of data scientists, developers, and AI practitioners in its own community. What community can provide you is a benefit, so that you can dive into details and where you can stuck or how you can use this platform for better. You can get everything for good. So it is just got multiple cases in which you can use unified AI development environment. And the second point is unified environment streamlines the workflow, reducing need to switch between different tools and platforms. As discussed in detail about all the four stuff: data preparation, model training, testing, and deployment, we need not to switch into any other platform, any other AI tool, or any other even community. We need not seek to go for any offline help. Even if you are sitting at your home, at your own ease, even if you want to work at night, even at day, you need not go anywhere. All the 24 into 7, there will be a community, there will be a support, there will be Azure AI search platform, Azure AI vision support. Every type of support and help is available for you, so that you can get a hold and streamlines the workflow. Workflow streamlining is very important. Even the work you are doing, like if five people are working for your projects, so different people are working on different systems. Someone is making X model, someone is making Y model, someone is making Z model. So you need to streamline the process and workflow, and like giving your time process and giving your workflow, giving different assignment, setting deadlines, setting goals for weekly goals, daily goals, bi-weekly goals, monthly goals, quarterly goals, half yearly goals, yearly goals. Everything can be provided with the help of Azure AI Studio, and you need to go to different platforms and paying their fees or giving your expenses, and which will overall increasing your expenses at the first go, and you cannot dive into that. So Azure AI Studio is very, very beneficial and crucial in the first go. So it is very beneficial, and it will also provide you different tools. You can integrate it your everything on the cloud, so that you need not to let go of your information, like you need not get to any tension that your data is lost or any other problem, or if there is any security problem. It is one of the highest security possible in the AI development life cycle. And apart from other platform, it is a integrated unified AI development environment. And apart from it, it can help in generating entire AI development life cycle, from initial data exploration to model deployment and monitoring. Monitoring is also important after you have deployed your model and it is working, it is into market. So you need to take consistent and continuous feedbacks from the users, from the customers, your clients, your business partner, your partners companies. So for that you require monitoring. So it also help you get the monitoring for your startup. You can get also hold of your monitoring too. So you need not take any sort of problem, so that you can get a hold of it. And getting into the monitoring phase is very beneficial when you have deployed your startup and it is completely working. And it also helps you in initial data exploration. As discussed earlier, you need to streamline your process and you need to know what type of model you want to make, like basic model, advanced model, small scale model, large scale model, for students, for college people. So it will be a multiple niche problem for all of us if we get into any type of startup, especially of AI and machine learning, because we can't work on random stuff. And if you go without planning and even developing any AI model, so it will be of no use. It will give you incorrect information. It will give you negative information. It will causes a different type of problem in working of your problem. So you need to get a hold of it. You need to be free from it. So you need to have data exploration to model deployment and monitoring on the one platform of Azure AI Studio. And this end-to-end supports consistency throughout development process and helps team maintain a clear overview of their projects. This is very important that all people can sit together on a same platform. They can work together. They can work with consistency. Consistency is the most important feature for anything. Even if you want to grow your career, or if even if you want to grow your startup, or even if your startup is working, you want to run it properly, function it properly, and get it to a next level. So you need to get a hold of consistent process on a same platform where everyone of your team can work on it. Like some startups and company, due to their budget problem or platform problem, they work on different platforms. Two people are working on, say, a platform, two people are working on B platform, someone is working on C platform, which disturbs the consistency of any process. Even if you are making your college project, it will disturb the consistency of your project, especially in the development part, because then you will not be able to deploy your model. If your model is insufficient, you are working on different platform. First of all, the basic problem is you cannot even integrate it into a single platform. We have discussed about big data. Big data is too much big. So even if you want to integrate it from various platforms, it will be very hectic. It will require manpower. Even if you are using AI, it will get you more expenses, more wastage of time. So from getting let go of that, you need a single platform, and Azure AI Studio is best for that, which helps any team to maintain a clear overview of their project. As I told, you can get daily report, weekly report, bi-weekly report, monthly report, and throughout the yearly report. So you can get a clear overview and continuous workflow so that you can't get into a problem of AI environment. Now talking about the AI model development. So Azure AI Studio offers a comprehensive set of tools for building AI models. है ना? So first step is data preparation, tools for cleaning, transformation, and augmentation, then support for various data formats and sources, features for handling structured and unstructured data. So if we talk about data preparation, which is the primary step in which you need to get a clear overview of what you want to make or what you don't want to make. So you also require tools for data cleaning. As we are discussing, tools and unstructured data is of like in boundless volume. So you need to get off like negative data, data of no use, or you have sorted the data, like even the data is structured, but you require that for your startup or not require for your startup. So you need to structureize the data and you have to clean the data. You have to transform your data sometimes. And you want to get your augmentation, like how you will be using it. Like if same data will be used by different startups or different platform for different stuffs, so you need to get the augmentation of the data, like how and where you are using it and for what you are using it. And then support for various data formats and sources. This is a common platform for all. And third is handling structured and unstructured data, and it helps to convert semi-structured data into structured data very easily, which is one of the most another crucial factors of Azure AI Studio. It helps to convert unstructured data to semi-structured data quickly, as well as
semi-structured data to structured data very quickly, because semi-structured data needs to be sorted more apart from unstructured data, because you need to get a hold of the information. So you have to dive details into it so that you can get your results quickly and implementation can be faster, and later on the last stage you can deploy your model as well. So for that it is very very crucial. Now coming to model training part. Model training part is second step. So for that, you need integration with popular machine learning frameworks like TensorFlow, PyTorch, and Scikit-learn. These are some of the machine learning libraries everyone have heard of. TensorFlow, and mostly they use vectors, they use scientific works, and you can implement it while learning R, Python, or any other data platform. For that, you can use it easily, and support for both traditional machine learning and deep learning models. So traditional machine learning models is simple learning models, like you can get a data, you can training, and deep learning model is basically consist of neural network training models, which we'll be discussing later on in our model. So for that, traditional machine learning models will be very crucial, and nowadays very few people are discussing and developing their model with traditional machine learning, but most of the community is diving into deep learning models only. And apart from it, second part is access to pre-trained models for transfer learning. Azure AI model can also help you to develop pre-trained models for transfer learning. So there are lots and lots of people working from a long period of time across the world, and they have trained some models before, so that you can use it now to train your own model very quickly, and you can use for transfer learning. Like if we talk about live data, so live data is updated regularly daily basis, and even now data is updating, it is coming on new basis. So for that, some models are pre-trained models. So you need to just integrate that models for transfer learning so that they can be work with live data training. And you need not to create that from scratch or basic levels. And it will basically save your time, which is very crucial for us. Everyone has limited time, so we need to use it very structure wise and according to our works, whatever we are doing and whatever sources we are using. So for that models, we need to go for transfer learning. And at the end, we will go for evolution and testing, which is also like we discussed model deployment. So Azure AI Studios built-in metrics, visualization tools for model performance evolution. Built-in metrics. Metrics is what, like it is like data analytics tool only. Like even if you are sorting different types of birds, so what type of bird is flying at what height, at what time, even in night, even in day, even in flock of birds, like 100 birds are flying or 10 birds are flying, what is their different metrics. So Azure AI Studio can help you get that built-in metrics with a little bit of use of pre-trained models and different built-in tools along with visualization tools for model performance evolution. So visualization tools are very important. Since here we have very limited time, so we can't discuss visualization tools in detail. But visualization tools are very important before deploying your model, so that you can get an actual view about how your model will be looking, how your model will be working, so that you can deploy it directly. You need not to go into thinking like how will my model work, or how can I get a hold of it, how will it look like, and it will be very crucial for model performance evolution. Then A/B testing capabilities for comparing different models. A/B testing like alpha beta testing or different type of testing. Firstly, if you are a team of 10 people, so you can testing on your different machines, different simulation, different condition, different training model, different data sets, and different environments, integrating with multiple libraries, single libraries. For that, you need to go for different models. So this can also help you with that automatically, because it is a huge platform and almost everything is integrated. You need not get to a second thought or thinking of any other platform. You can get everything here. And third thing is support for cross validation and other statistical testing methods. Statistical testing methods are used extensively when we are training data for using especially of data analytics work. As we are discussing about data analytics, so statistical testing methods are used. So there are different type of tests, chi test, pi test, different type of tests are used. So implementing that test individually is very important. And even if you are in a team and multiple people are working for a same model, so you need extensive statistical testing methods for getting a hold of it, so that like if you are training your model for working especially of mathematical models, so it will get into details and need not produce wrong or false result. And for this you can get a hold of fuzzy logic and fuzzy logic use, so that it can get a hold of about your statistical testing methods are working correctly or not. And it is a cross validation platform as well. You can get a cross validation across different platforms, different machines, different algorithms, different libraries, like frameworks also, TensorFlow, PyTorch. So you can implement that with like different platforms as well. Now for deploying models, this is the screen showing how to set up your deploying model as the first step. So you need to search for deploying model step in Azure AI Studio website. Then it is asking set up a deployment to make AI API calls against a provided base model or custom model. So it has lots and lots of model. Base model is the base model in which you want to create from your base or from the beginning, or custom model in which we discussed about pre-trained models are already available, so you can select from them. Similar to a PowerPoint presentation, you can select from even automatically and predefined make presentation, and even you can make your own new presentation as well. So for that you can use this. And after that it is asking finished deployments are available for use. When deployment status will move to succeeded when the deployment is complete and ready for use. So here only it is stating that this process is very quick. You just need to deploy your model and it will be very quickly for you to get into it. So it is firstly asking select a model. For selecting a model, it will ask you for GPT-3, GPT-2. I don't think GPT-2 will any of you will use. GPT 3.5, GPT 3.5 Turbo, GPT 4o, GPT 4 Turbo. So you can use accordingly as per your plan, as per your use, as per your whatever you want to use cases. Then model version. Model version you can select accordingly, and you can also update it as per your use, or you can set up auto update as it is showing. Then third step is very crucial and important for deploying your own models. It is asking for global standard, standard or provision. So these are three types of standards which Azure AI Studio provides you. Standard is the generalized format. Global standard is the standard global which you can use worldwide. And third is provision. So it is provision for specific use cases, especially on a large scale basis. You can choose accordingly with that. And fourth is content filter. What is content filter? It is again like sorting your content as per your use, and we have a specific slide for discussing what is content filter, so we'll getting a touch of it later. And lastly it is asking tokens per minute late limit 1000. This you can select as per your use accordingly. Now we can get of using benefits of using Azure AI Studio. So like it can get limitless robust feature. Basically it provides robust AI environment. So it can have you all types of platform, tools, user community, cloud platform, user database, integration with Windows, integration with multiple platform, integration with multiple libraries, integration with multiple partners or business partners or startups or student community. So it is a robust platform, and it provides security to and compliance features, so that your AI projects are safe and adhere to industry standards. Some of the time, whatever models we are creating, we cannot get up to the industry standards or the guidelines of AI, which is set by an environment. and a community so that it can be used for constructive features, not for destructive features. As some people can use it for destructive features to safeguard it and don't get into destructive part, we need to adhere to the industry standards. For industry standards, Azure UI Studio can check it automatically with this help of AI, and it has also got your vision support. It can help you Azure AI search, so it can get your compliance features. So you need not to get ensure and completely that your projects are safe, and it gives also your copyright, or it can help you get a patents also so that other people can't use it. And it accelerates the AI development lifecycle, integrates easily with existing Azure services. Even if you are using Azure, also is a very big platform, and it has got multiple different services. So if you are using other Azure services, you can easily integrate with that, and it automatically features you. You need not to worry about it, and it offers cost-effective deployment of AI models. It is one of the cheapest platforms to deploy your models on different machine, different situation, different conditions, different use cases. Everything means you can think of it is already provided to you so that you can use it for betterment of your product, whatever product or skill you are making and using it. Moving on to next, how to integrate safety filters and content safety filters. As the two slides before, here we have seen the option of content filters. So content filtering is very important. Most of the startups and the community, especially AI community, who are deploying their models, are unaware of this thing. So I think this was discussing for the first time about content safety filters. So content safety filters is very crucial. Like if someone is learning AI, so learning AI is important, but integrating content safety filter is more important than deploying your models. You can't deploy any model directly before seeing the industry standards and not using it for negative or destructive features. So firstly, you need to have key moderation and image moderation. Whatever AI model or features you are using, you need to get a hold of both this text moderation and image moderation. So you can use it for betterment, and whatever the user or client give the command to AI. So whatever it want to make or it want to generate, so it will not go to negative part of it and only give the constructive and useful information to the user. And it will bound to industry implements and compliances with standards followed too. And custom lists for specific content filtering is available on the internet. You can check for all the custom lists. It is easily available there. Now how to integrate your integration steps. Firstly, enabling content safety API is application program interface. So you need to navigate to Azure portal, create a content safety resource, obtain API key and endpoint. So Azure AI give you a unique API key for every project you want to create on Azure AI. And it is up to the industry standards, so it will be a unique key. It can't be used anywhere or any other platform. It will be a unique key that will be given to you and for your specific use case only. So you need to get especially your API key for content safety API and its endpoint. So that you need to get a hold of your endpoint and implement in your code. Implementing in your code is very important. This is a new concept. Mostly it is not available on other platforms. So you need to get a hold of learning about how you can implement content safety filters in your deployment model, especially on Azure AI Studio. So for that, you need to use Azure SDK Toolkit for your preferred programming language. This is a multi-level programming platform, so you can use any of the programming languages. It is up to you. No foundation, nothing. Some platforms have foundation for some use cases. Azure AI is no platform. Even you can use AI features for creating your own new standards, referring to the old standards, but you can create your own standards for your use. So it will be very beneficial. Making API calls to content safety service. API calls features is given in Azure website, and with all the protocols and guidelines explained in details there, you can go to Azure AI website, which you clearly explains about API calls. We will not be discussing API calls in detail here, since it is a general introduction platform and it is an advanced lecture content. So later on, you can connect with me and we can get a hold of API calls and SDK toolkit or Azure as well. And lastly, you have to configure your threshold about your sensitivity level for different categories and adjusting based on your application needs. Application needs, as stated in the earlier beginning, it is for general audience or specifically for business audience, for e-commerce audience, for school audience, for college audience, or for any other teacher's audience. So you need to set your application needs. You can't give randomly, because if we talk about any platform randomly, it can give information of you different types. So if you want to crack and get a hold of AI for a specific use, so you need to define the sensitivity levels. Like for content safety filters, what is the limit you are setting, and you have to set the highest safety limit possible, so that nowadays even little children are exposure to AI. We are not grown up with the use of AI anywhere of part of the world. But nowadays, any children growing in any country or any part of the world are getting a hold of AI. So you need to set sensitivity levels at a very high level, and you can use the basic features like emotional intelligence, EQ, so that AI, so that you can get a hold of sensitivity levels where children are using your platform, or college students are using your platform, or business students are using your platform, or they are using for startups use or for any other use. So you need to set your standard as per your use. Now we can have a case study of Azure AI Studio by OpenAI. So OpenAI also a leader in artificial intelligence research, as we know, and it is based on Azure AI Studio platform only, integrating multiple tools and infrastructure for AI development and deployment. Challenges and their solutions. It is not specifically a challenge for OpenAI, but challenges for most of the platforms we use about scalability, efficiency, and innovation. What the OpenAI has brought into the market about innovation. So innovation is the foremost thing, especially for Indian community, that Indians are most innovative across the world. So Indians need to innovate new avenues in AI research and get a hold of it, and to efficient the time research and computational resources, so that new AI models can be made and they will be very innovative and useful for the entire world at very cheap cost available, because India is known for its manufacturing marvels, and the price they got into very cheap as compared from the other models or other countries are providing. So it will be very beneficial. And how Azure Studio can ideally provide a solution to address these challenges are advanced infrastructure, integrated development environment IDE, AI model marketplace, automated machine learning, end-to-end AI lifecycle. So it is a very advanced infrastructure, as we have discussed throughout our lecture. And secondly, it provide an IDE. So it is initiative IDE enabled OpenAI and other startups to collaborate seamlessly. It can initiatively and initiate like what you can use for the betterment, and how you can make your studio more better, more like use case, more extractful, more worthy, more time saving for that. AI model marketplace, for the research findings, you can easily find your research and collaborate with global AI community, as stated with Azure AI community, with data scientists, AI practitioners, and developers community of all types. Then it has a unique feature which we have covering in, at the end. Automated machine learning. Machine learning is can be also automated by pre-trained models, and automated solution is provided by the Azure AI Studio. And at the end-to-end life cycle. So end-to-end life cycle, as we taught, from data preparation model and training model to deployment to monitoring. Everything, its robustness and reliability is provided by Azure AI Studio. Results and performance. So it will improve model performance. It will give faster iteration. It will be very scalable. It is provide scalability for you. It is a community engagement. So these are the results, and it will help you perform very well whatever model you are deploying, and it is scalable very easily. And now we have concluding and ending our session. So I hope everyone will get to know about the Azure AI Studio and how you can implement it, and for that training model and getting a hold of it. So for more details, you can connect with me on LinkedIn as well for more tech content and AI projects. There you can also have my GitHub library for like my projects of self-driving cars, bird voice recognition, and multiple projects, and creating AI community for overall creating AI startups for our fellow countrymen and increasing the economy of our country. And you can also this connect on our startup as well.
Perfect. Do you have that Word document that you wanted to show? Would you want to run it?
Sir, voice is not clear.
Okay, okay.
Hello?
Uh, you said you have also had a prompt that you wanted to show, the Word doc.
No, now let it
Oh,
be. Now
perfect.
no.
Thank you so much, then, Hers. A little longish, but an amazing session. Thank you so much. And
I
let's
want
do
to get
more
out of
often
it.
like this. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Best wishes. Thanks for inviting me. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.